foresight and technology, of technology and foresight planning, which is, of course, especially nowadays in this uncertain environment, especially important, and there are not many topics of this importance. And it is great, and I'm looking forward for the next couple of days to work with you on this topic and to get some insights. I want to also use the opportunity to thank in this regard, especially for the organizations that provided us this opportunity to join this course during the next days. So the Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation in Argentina, the University in Bremen, and the Wilhelm Büchner Hochschule Mobile University of Technology, also from Germany. So thank you a lot for making this happen today. And in this regard, I also want to thank especially Anneken Reise for this great organization, and also the executive director of our association, Bruno Barachu, who will take care that everything moves smoothly today. So thank you very much. And in this regard, I would like to hand over to Bruno.
Thank you, Katrin. Hi, everyone. Really a pleasure to be here with you all. As Katrin said, I would like to reinforce and how the great work, and thanks to Anneken for making this training possible, and hope everyone have a great 3 days in this first part of our course. Just to introduce myself briefly, I'm Bruno Baracho. I'm the Executive Director of Enriching LAC. I'm really proud to be part of the team. I just joined this year, and this is one of the main activities and main services that we intend to provide to all to our members and to the marketing as a whole, in order to foster and to strengthen the partnership and collaboration between European and Latin America innovation ecosystem, right? So I'll be at your disposal during these 3 days, during this chat. I will also send a link of our WhatsApp group that we are building, just to give you the support, technically speaking, and if you need any question, I'll be at your disposal from now on, okay? So please, Anneken, I'll give you the floor so we can begin. You are on
You're muted.
Classical. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you. I would now like to invite Mr. Eduardo Mayo from MINSIT in Argentina. He is the Undersecretary of Studies and Foresight of the Argentinian Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. And MINSIT has been very, very supportive to this course and will also co-lecture the course. So I would like to invite you, Eduardo, to also welcome the course. The floor is yours, please.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están todos y todas? La verdad que desde la perspectiva del MINSIT, la posibilidad de poder empezar a trabajar en estas actividades de prospectiva, no solo en Argentina, sino en toda la región, creo que son fundamentales. Claramente una de las debilidades de nuestros países en la región es la incipiente actividad de planificación y prospectiva, con lo cual desde el Ministerio, desde que se creó el Ministerio oportunamente, nosotros estamos haciendo un gran esfuerzo para que todas las instituciones del sistema científico argentino tomen, adquieran, hagan propia esta práctica de poder pensar y generar escenarios futuros. Con lo cual no tengo mucho más para decir, claramente no soy un experto en el tema, al contrario. Así que nada más, darles la bienvenida, poner a la Subsecretaría de Estudios y Perspectiva a disposición y desearles la mejor jornada de trabajo. Así que muchas gracias a todos y todas, y adelante. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Eduardo. I hope we apologize that this was in Spanish, but I'm sure that 90% of you did understand it well. Might it be with the help of Portuguese or Spanish speaking anyway. So thanks again, and I would now like to hand over the word to Mr. Martin Mörle, the lecturer of this course, together with his peers. He will introduce the team and also give you all the chance to very briefly present yourself, just indicating your name and where you come from, so that we get to know each other a little bit better before diving into the course of today. The floor is yours, Mr. Mörle.
Thank you, Mrs. Reisen. Hello, everybody. Warm welcome from my side and the side of the teaching team. As you can see, we are not in Argentina or in South America. This is this is Germany, a part of Germany where it's very nice. I hope that we will have nice days together the next 3 days as well. And perhaps before we start into the course, I should say 2 or 3 words to myself, my person. I'm professor at the University of Bremen, which is located in the northern part of Germany. And we are doing quite a lot of studies in technology road mapping, mostly for companies, but also for other institutions that are interested. And we have a course in Foresight and Future Management, which is running since 10 years and which is quite successfully used in the DLR, for instance, and in other enriched environments. My personal background, I'm a management and engineering guy. I have studied this course, made a dissertation about R&D management, and then I worked in several countries in Germany, now for 20 years here in Bremen at the Institute of Project Management and Innovation. I have some colleagues. First of all, I'd like to mention Mrs. Adriana Sanchez-Rico. She's doing the Delphi tomorrow mostly, and she's from the ministry, which we just saw some minutes ago. Then I'd like to welcome Ralf Isenmann. I saw him in the Zoom cloud anywhere. Hi, Ralf, here he is. He will do the technology road mapping on the Thursday. And I saw already Mrs. Lena Kronemeyer, who is helping me in doing this day and in doing the Delphi case study tomorrow. So let me share a little bit the screen and show you what you may expect in the next days. And then we come to the introduction of all people. And so we are here in the overview, what is going on in the next days. Today, we will have an overview about foresight and technology planning in science and technology and innovation environments. And I'd like to share some thoughts of Ray Kurzweil, who is an American inventor and who made really great work about that. And tomorrow we will focus on a specific technique, which is called the Delphi technique, and which has already been used successfully in Argentina and in other countries in Latin America. But we will have especially experiences from the Argentinian experience. So we will see Delphi technique as effective forecasting tool. And on day 3, we will have technology road mapping, which can be used both for political issues, but also for a lot of issues in companies and there seems to be some, it's not an echo.
No, I believe there is someone with the microphone on. Please, I'd like.
He's not unmuted, I guess. So
yes,
we will see on the 3rd day something about technology road mapping. I just speak louder. And then everybody gets to hear me on technology road mapping as a planning tool. And this will be given by Ralf Isenmann, who is a great expert in this field, has done many studies for the Fraunhofer Institute for Innovation Research in Karlsruhe and different topics, really a great expert on this course. So now after that short survey, let me ask you to introduce yourself. And perhaps you can tell us shortly where you come from and perhaps what your expectations regarding these workshops are. And if there are particular topics which you want to know about in this workshop, but please a short introduction. And to be simple, perhaps I just go through the list of participants which I can see. Then the problem with Zoom is that it is not in that way stable, that everybody has the same people on the same screen in the same sequence. So just let me go through the list which I see here and ask people. I hopefully that it will not change. Let's make the screen larger and perhaps we can ask, just a moment. Yes, now it's better. Marie, well, how is her name? Just a moment. Here, I can see here. No, Matt. It's not Marie. Irazabal. I'm not Spanish speaking, so please
Maite.
don't bash me for my pronunciation, okay?
My name is Maite.
Maite. Okay.
Well, hello to everyone. My name is Maite Irazabal. I work at the Uruguayan Agency for International Cooperation and also at the Latin American and LAC NCP network. I work trying to improve the participation of the Uruguayan institutions, academic sector, government, and private sector, and also from the Latin American and Caribbean countries to the framework programs of the European Union. Nowadays, it's Horizon Europe. And I study international affairs. Nowadays, I'm doing a master's degree in innovation management here in Uruguay. And one of my expectations here is to learn new tools for science and technology management for my daily work. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you very much. Thais Soares.
Hello, everyone. Think you can hear me well. My name is Thais Soares. I am Brazilian, but I live in Porto. I work as a senior international consultant for SPI, an institution partner of Enriching Like Project and Association. I was actually, I attended the first moment that we implemented this course last year, but I'm here just to say hello and joining some other parts of the course. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jacqueline Chill.
Hello, good morning, Professor Merle. So I'm Jacqueline. I'm very happy to be here this year again, as I joined the course last year, which was a great success and just left me with the impression that I had to come back and redo it again now with the concentration of a student, as last year I was more on the admin and organization side. So thank you so much, Annie King and Professor and Thais and all colleagues from Enriching Like, and Bruno, by the way. I'm very happy to be here. And I am actually doing my PhD at the University of Brasilia and studying Foresight. And so this is, of course, a lot of knowledge that I bring into my research as well. So thank you.
So I'm happy that you came back.
So am I, Professor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nicole Erenfeld.
Hi, good morning to everyone. I'm Nicole Erenfeld. I'm from the Chilean National Research and Development Agency. I'm part of the group that handles with centers of research and development. I'm biochemist, and I used to work on a center, and now I am on the administration and like part. And my interest in this course is mainly to know what are you doing and how to let it go to the centers and how to make the contacts between the centers and the Enrich program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Verena Furtado.
Hello, I'm a consultant. I'm an international consultant here in SPI. And I'm from Brazil, but now I'm living in Portugal because I'm doing my master's degree in economics. but actually I have my underdegree in international relationship. So gonna be really nice to be here, learn more about some stuff that I have never been in touch. So it's gonna be a brand new experience for me.
Thank you very much. Santiago Cargio. Oh, you help me, please.
Yeah, hey. Good afternoon in Europe, good morning in Latin America. Yeah, it's Cajiao. Okay, thank you for the invitation and for the opportunity of being here. I'm from Colombia. I work at the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. And personally, well, I am an economist and I hold a master's degree from the Science Policy Research Unit of the University of Sussex. And I'm very interested in this course because we are formulating the first science, technology, and innovation internationalization policy in the country. So the tools we're going to see here are going to be very helpful for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maria Laura Lefebvre.
Hi, I'm Maria Laura Lefebvre. I'm from the Industrial Union of Innovation of Argentina, sorry. It's a chamber that represents the industry of Argentina, and I'm the head of the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, and that's why I'm here. For me, it's very important to stay aware of all the tools that could be or may be useful to help our companies. So thank you and nice to meet you all.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope that you get mixed later on when we go to the breakout rooms, and then you have smaller groups and you can network a little bit more. So that will be in the second part. So then I have Tadeo Natura.
Hello, good morning, you all. I'm Tadeu Junqueira. I'm an Open Innovation Manager for Natura, and I'm also responsible for the technology planning for the R&D department here in the company. So we are into this moment of running this process of the biennial technological planning of the company. And it will be really good to connect with the insights and methodologies of this course and capturing the network and the good practices from the colleagues as well. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Margareta Niskia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Margarita from Chile. I am a business designer at Will. It's a company builder and a venture capital firm. And I hope to learn more methodologies to manage the teams we're working with, and also learn more about the technologies, the new technologies and tools that we can use. Thank you.
Thank you. Thomas Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Lindsay. I'm an industrial engineer and master in management research. And now I'm working as project coordinator in the Fraunhofer Chile Research Foundation, specifically in the Center for Solar Energy Technologies. And I'm supporting also as well business development as a project coordinator. And with this course, I want to learn more tools that can actually improve all the link between all the research and development with the industry.
Thank you very much. Claudio Farabola.
Hello, my name is Claudio Farabola. I'm the CEO of Italian Chamber of Commerce in Argentina and co-director of Eurocamera in Argentina with Geraldine Smith. And I'm working in Italian Chamber from 25 years. I work in international project from 20 years. And I've heard a lot of Foresight, but I don't know exactly what it is. So this is a good opportunity to deep knowledge about this specific instrument.
Thank you very much. Alejandra Davidziuk.
Yes, here I am. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate this opportunity of being here. My name is Alejandra Davidziuk. I'm the coordinator of the Europe division at the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation of Argentina. I'm also the coordinator of the Argentinian node of the European Enterprise Network. And I'm in charge of different issues related to the political dialogue between Argentina and European Union, and also the bi-regional dialogue between the CELAC and the European Union. And we are from Argentina, the coordinators of the innovation pillar. So I appreciate the opportunity of being here, because I would like to learn more about tools and instruments to strengthen the management, our management capacities, and the way to help to figure out to improve these activities, and to figure out new activities for our work. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Carlos Zlatrix.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlos Zlatrix. I come from Santiago de Chile. Actually, I work for the National Agency for Research and Development. I'm the head of the Applied Innovation and Research Division. My expectation is to learn more about Foresight tools. In Chile, we have been applying some of these tools for different sectors, and also to improve our decision process of the subsidies we work with the ecosystem of innovation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Interesting question. Guadalupe Moros Porti.
Hi, hello, how are you? Good morning for Latin America. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really excited about learning new tools in this course. I'm from Uruguay and I work in the National Agency of Research and Innovation. I work with entrepreneurs and companies that want to innovate in our country, so it's always great to learn new tools to help them walk this path, right? So thank you so much.
Thank you. Duval Garcia.
Hello, good morning and good afternoon for everyone. Thank you very much for being here. So I'm like Jacqueline, I went in the first version last year of this course, and I particularly was impressed with Professor Martin and Professor Rolf and the simple or easy way you present and roadmaps, and then I decided to come back and go deeper a little bit more. I'm a chemist. As my background is a chemist, I work as a R&D director in chemical companies for 20 years. Then I came back to the University of Campinas and be studying my master's in innovation. This semester, I did a study with 30 companies here in Brazil, and I was very badly surprised how poor are the strategy of those companies in terms of innovation. So I have a couple of customers that are trying to build scenarios and new innovation strategies. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we have Flavia Franco.
Hello, my name is Flavia Franco. I'm based in São Paulo, Brazil. I am project and partnership coordinator at UNPEI. UNPEI is the National Association for R&D and innovative companies. We work mostly with companies, but also with others at the ecosystem as well who are members. like government institutions and consultancies as well. I'm here, I'm very happy to be here, by the way, and it's a very diverse group, and I'm looking forward to know each of you. UNPEI is also part of the consortium of Enrich. So my purpose here is to learn more about those tools to apply in my work in both at UNPEI and at Enrich as well. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Diego Gauna.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here. I am the head of the Foresight unit of the National Institute of Agricultural Technology in Argentina. We have been working on Foresight the last 10 years, at least. We are specialized in technological foresight applied to agriculture and bioeconomy. So for me, it's a good opportunity to meet new colleagues, to share experience and to increase my knowledge about how each country or how each organization is applying these tools. So thank you and nice to be here.
So perhaps you better give the course than I. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Then we have Roxana Bassi.
Hello, thank you so much. Can you hear me okay? Can you confirm? Yes, perfect. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to share these 3 days with you and then work together. I'm the head of technology at APC. APC is a global NGO, and we work at the intersection of technology and human rights. So how can technology evolve, grow, but preserving the humanity in ourselves? So it's quite a difficult area. I'm an engineer, and I've been applying futures thinking for the last 10 years, but I'm alone in this because most people in my area, in my work, don't understand it and don't use the tools. And I get the feeling that it can be for us a fantastic tool. So I'd like to work with you, learn more, so that I can also help others apply these technologies to these techniques to our work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, perhaps we see some hands-on techniques which can help you in your daily work. Yeah, Fidel Perez.
Hello, everyone. I work for the National Research Council of Argentina, known as CONICET. I work for the Technology Transfer Network. I'm a biochemist, a pharmacist, and I have a PhD in environmental sciences. My work is connecting researchers of the Council with private and public stakeholders to work with them in research and development projects. I am here to learn the basis of these techniques to apply them to my work. It's the first time I heard about this kind of techniques, and I thank you for accepting me to this course.
Yeah, thank you very much. Then we have Mrs. Fulman, Johanna Fulman.
Hello everyone, thank you. My name is Johanna Fulman. I'm from DLR Project Management Agency. I'm a colleague to Anneken. Thank you for having me. And I'm an economist by profession. And I used to be managing coordinator for the Enrich in the USA project phase 1. Now I'm a supporting partner for Enrich in the USA phase 2, so to say, which is further running. In this regard, I have already some basic knowledge of innovation techniques, commercialization aspects, also about foresight, but I'm much looking to get some more real deep insights into techniques, especially the Delphi method and the technology road mapping. To bring some ideas forward, especially around the centers, so Enrich in the USA and Enrich Global. And I think it's just a great opportunity to do this in such an international aspect now, since my focus so far has been really on mostly North America. So it's great to always expand the horizon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Then we have Gilberto Chamorro.
Oh, okay, hello. Okay, I'm a mechanical engineer. I got my PhD in nuclear physics. I also was a postdoc researcher in a joint institute for nuclear research in Russia. So then I come back to Chile. I joined as a professor in the Universidad Andrés Bello. And also I associate researcher for the new Millennium Institute for Subatomic Physics. So what I can say, during my education, I was trained strongly in scientific or technical topics. But to be honest, I have zero experience about technology planning or foresight. So I think this is a good opportunity to be involved in such kind of things. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. Then we have Mrs. Mariel Tainara.
Hi, good afternoon or good morning to you all. My name is Marielle. I'm from the government of Santa Catarina State here in South Brazil. I live in Florianópolis, our capital. We have an innovation center hub. We have a network of innovation centers here in Santa Catarina, and I work in this project. I am project manager, and my hope here is to learn, of course. We have this big project, and we connect all centers, and we are providing guidance for the managers of the centers. So it's very important what we do, and I'm here to learn, of course, and to share experience, to make contacts, and that's it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Then we have Mrs. Carolina Peña.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm business developer from Fraunhofer Chile Research, specifically in Center for System Biotechnology. I'm agronomist, but my main experience in the last 10 years was in R&D project. So for me, it's very, very interesting to be here to improve my knowledge in road mapping, technological road mapping, and foresight tools too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Then we have Mrs. Paula La Rosa.
Hi everybody, I'm Paola La Rosa. I work as a consultant for industries in my city council. I have a business degree, and I have one in technology and innovation management and strategic foresight. I'm interested in learning how to plan, communicate, and manage adaptation to the changes that are taking place right now in health and technology, etc.
Thank you. Then Mrs. Natalia Raigosa.
Hello, everybody. I'm Natalia Raigosa from Medellin, Colombia. I work at University at the Technology Transfer Office. I'm very happy to be here. I expect to learn new tools to help our projects at the Technology Transfer Office and to learn from the experiences from everybody at very different places that we are here. So I think it's going to be a very great experience for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope you will learn from each other more than from me or from Ralph, because you have so many experiences which you can share, I guess. Mrs. Natalie Cohen, please.
Hello, everyone. Well, my name is Natalia. I work alongside Guadalupe at the National Innovation Agency of Uruguay with entrepreneurs. I have an undergrad in international studies and a master's degree at DLC, specifically on development management. And well, to be honest, I'm foreign to these concepts. So I really hope to learn new tools, to be able to apply them to my daily work, and in that way be able to help entrepreneurs and companies better. So I'm very happy to be here with you all, and thank you for letting me be part of this course.
Thank you. Mr. Antonio Kiakeo.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Antonio Kilanio from Chile, and I work at the Advanced Mining Technology Center, which is a research unit from the University of Chile. This is a huge opportunity for me to learn different tool and methodologies from I can share with my office and with the researchers from the center. And also a good input because I want to start my master program next month. So this is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Geraldine Smith.
Good morning and good afternoon. Yes, so my name is Geraldine Smith. I'm Belgium. I was the director of the Belgium-Luxembourg Chamber in Argentina for almost 20 years, and I'm the co-director with Claudia Farabola of the European Chamber in Argentina. I'm also the General Secretary of European Business Organization Worldwide Network. It's a network of more than 45 European chambers across the world, minus in Europe. The European Chamber is also part of the EEN. Just like Claudio, I don't have such a good idea of Foresight, but we think it's really important to be updated with all the new technology, with all the new tools, and more in a country like Argentina, where you have a lot of transfer of technology with the EU. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Mrs. Helena Jimenez Casco.
Morning, everyone. My name is Elena Jimenez. I work at Impulsa Colombia, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Agency from Colombia. I am professional in innovation, and I support different companies to develop innovation projects and different business scaling. I am very happy to be here, and I want to learn different topics about technology transfer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Igor Vidal.
Hello, everyone. I'm Igor Vidal. I work at Enriching Lab. I'm Chilean Brazilian, but I'm currently living in Poland, where I study my master in European Studies and Political Science at Erasmus Mundus program. I have worked at Enriching Brazil in 2020, where I did an internship there. And during that time, it stimulated my will to know more about management and technology. So that's my main interest in this course, and also because of this internship, it stimulated me also to go forward to a new master program that I will start by the second half of this year, also in management and technology. So I hope this will help me a lot. Thank you.
We hope so too. Vanessa Lovenstein. Probably she's not at the camera, so we move.
Yes, I'm here, but I'm having a problem with my internet. I'm really sorry.
Perhaps you can just say from which organization you come from, please.
Yes, I'm from the Ministry of Science and Technology from Argentina. I'm the National Director of Studies. And well, for us, it's a really great pleasure to be part of this course, and count on us for future activities. And welcome everybody. I hope everybody is having a good understanding of the topic. And well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Claudia Pio-Wesan.
Morning, good afternoon. I'm Cláudia. I live in Campinas, state of São Paulo, Brazil. And I've been working for CPQD for more than 30 years, last 10 years in innovation. CPQD used to be the R&D center of Brazilian telecommunications. And since 1998, we are a private non-profit foundation, and for us, technology is our core business, and information technology and communications, because our DNA is connectivity. So I thank a lot Bruno Baracho for the invitation, and Rich in Brazil, that's now in LAC. And my expectations for this course, of course, is to learn more about such challenging technology methodologies, that is foresight and forecasting, and then to get to know the participants and for future joint initiatives is really, I have to thank you a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Marcello Orlandi.
Hello, I'm Marcelo Orlandi. I'm a physicist. I have a KG Material Science Engineering, and I started recently as a Vice Director of São Paulo State University Innovation Agency. And I would like to have more professional tools about the science, technology, and innovation foresight. And as we are providing support for faculties and for companies, I would like to have this experience of other countries and the other universities, so we can apply these at UNESCO. Thank you very much for the invitation, and really happy to be here.
Thank you. Renata Hano.
Hello, I'm Renata. I'm from Oxiteno in Brazil. I'm a chemical engineer and responsible for the innovation department in Oxiteno globally. One of our roles is to understand how our main markets are going to be in the medium and long term, and also monitor and find new technologies. Usually we contract some consultancies to help us with the foresight scenario, but we have been learning as well to see how we can implement that internally. So this is gonna help me a little bit to go to know deeper all the tools and the process. So this is my main expectations here for the course. Thank you.
Bad news for consultants, because you can prove if they are right.
Right.
Diego David Ochoa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diego David Ochoa. I'm from Colombia. Actually, I work for Rutaene. Rutaene is the Business and Innovation Center of Medellin. Right now, I'm in charge of two important projects. I'm the manager of Public Policy Affairs and Social Innovation. The idea of being here is to learn new knowledge about social innovation, technology, science, public policy affairs, and also to know people that are in the field of innovation. The expectation today is to create a new community of people that are working around the world in order to put the innovation in the center of the decisions. That's the idea of today. I don't have any more to say.
Yeah, thank you very, very much for this short introduction of yourself. My list has a little bit rearranged. If I have forgotten somebody, please forgive me, and please just give me a signal with the blue hand in the Zoom so I can just check if anybody has not had the opportunity to introduce herself or himself. And I have a look in the list, and Dobos Oscar.
Yes, sorry. Thank you. I am late. That's why you missed me. So I am Oskar Dobos from Hungary, from Europe. I work for National Research and Development and Innovation Office. It belongs to the Innovation and Technology Ministry. And at the moment, I work in two programs. One of them is to support and motivate the university's technology transfer process. And the other one is a huge research and development program. It's called National Laboratories. And I am responsible for develop the project progress analyze and how can I track the big program. And of course, these are my expectations, information for my work.
Yes, thank you very much for that short introduction. Anybody else who I have forgot? So I think we all know a little bit about each other. And as Anniken Reiser said, I think it's quite an interesting field of participants, very heterogeneously and quite interesting different aspects from R&D directors to Foresight experts. So I hope that we will not only have some presentations, but also some nice discussions. And please feel free to share your experiences with us and the group, because I think that's what it makes it great, such a course. Okay, let's have a look into the slides. And you already had a download, I hope, and the goal of the course and the timetable of the course, of today's course. And let me say it in advance, I try to end at 2 p.m. Argentinian time, so that you can have another work today, because I know that many people, they really organize their timetable properly and they want to start at 2 p.m. So I try that we stop at 2 p.m. today and that we finish with a good portfolio of presentations and discussions. So please expect that we are on time. Today we have had the introduction, then now a little bit late, but I'd like to start with a short story about the life and future, which I have from Ray Kurzweil, an American inventor, a very interesting guy. And I try to take you on a journey into the future until the end of this century. And Ray Kurzweil, he wrote a book. He asks what remains of mankind. And to be honest, that's really a great question, because I don't know it either. Then we will make hands-on. We will have an interactive part where we send you to breakout rooms, and we will start with a technology study. So to become warm with the topic, to become warm with Foresight techniques, we use today a technique for analysis, not for Foresight directly, but for analysis, in which we structure a technological field, in which we look for disruptions and for interesting technologies. And with that, we start the interactive part of today. And then I try to give you an overview about the different methods which we know for Foresight studies. For instance, the Delphi technique, the scenario technique. And a few of these methods will be deepened tomorrow and on Wednesday and in the autumn of this year. So if you are really interested, then please come back in the autumn, when we will have 2 lecture days about, I think, the scenario technique and about building blocks of future studies. So this will finalize the whole course. Okay, well, that's it for today. And let's start with some ideas. And it's about a book that was written in 1998. So 21, 22, 3 years ago. and it was written by Ray Kurzweil, and he wrote the book Homo sapiens, Life in the 21st Century, What Remains of Mankind, and more recently he wrote another book, and the title was The Singularity is Near, When Humans Transcend Biology. And so these are two really impressive books because they are very famous in looking into the future. And in my perception, Ray Kurzweil is really good in foresight issues regarding technologies. Perhaps he's not so good in foresight issues regarding sociological or political aspects, but in technological aspects, he's really, really good. And I try to take you on this journey just for some minutes to give you an impression what foresight could be. And perhaps we are looking back to the nice game chess, and perhaps some of you play chess, and you know that there is a law from the Intel founder Gordon Moore, and he said every 18 months the performance of IT systems double. And this has been said in 1965. Now perhaps you know the story of the inventor of the chess game who went to a king, I think in India or anywhere else, and he taught the chess game, and the king said, okay, please tell me, what do you want to have in exchange for teaching me this game? And the guy said, okay, just take one rice corn, put it on the first field of the game, then move on to the next field and just double. Yeah, so 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, and so on. And the king thought, okay, that's really, really cheap. But he didn't realize that the growth rate was exponentially. And that meant that he didn't own enough rice to pay the teacher of the chess game. And now we know that a chess game has 64 fields. And if you think of it in the same way of the computer technology, then please give me a guess on which field of computer technology do we stand today when the technology started in 1965. Who wants to give me a guess?
So yeah, Gilberto's here. I think the number of transistors per area.
Yes.
So let's say density of transistor.
Yes,
I think this is quite similar.
The similar, but on which double field do we stand today? So 1965 it started, okay, and now we are on field number.
I don't understand the question.
Okay. Sorry. Anybody else who wants to give me a guess? You can say field number 10 or field number 15 or field number 20. And I'm quite patient.
So, sorry, Gilberto again. I mean, you are trying to do an analogy with the chessboard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So in the chessboard, in the first field, you have 1, then 2, then 4. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's exponential.
Yeah.
So you in the top, in the title, you have the Moore law, right? Which is not exactly exponential. It's quite similar, but not exactly, because in the last time it's almost flat, right?
It flattened in the last time. That's right. But
yeah.
Still...
So this is what I do not understand the question actually.
Okay. So, but you are on the right way, and you said it is exponential. It has been exponential, and it flattened a little bit in the last time. but still we have 40 fields of exponential growth. That's really, really huge. So
yeah, exactly.
Compared to the rice, we have already a mountain of rice on our board, and that's a symbol for the power of transistors, for the power of IT technology. And I just wanted to give you an analogy, as you said, to show how really this technology developed. And even if it flattened in the last time, think of quantum computers, which is a technological change which can still start in the next generation of computers. So we are still in this growth area. It's not stopping, and it's quite really immense growth and immense impulse for other technologies. So thank you for discussing that with me. And now let's have a look at the computers. And this is from a company which is a consultant company, and they said, okay, let's have a look here. And you can see it started not only in 1965, but with pre-computers earlier. And then we have here this exponential growth since more than 50 years. And this is really immense. And we are going here into this area. And nowadays, the computers on a chip have so many transistors as are nerves in the brain of a mouse. And we will see that there are computers that have more transistors or more cells than there are cells in the human brain. And that's a driver of everything. That's a driver of a lot of different technologies. It's a driver of communication technology. It's a driver of artificial intelligence. And that's exactly what Ray Kurzweil said in his book already 25 years ago. And he made some predictions of our life. And exactly three aspects he was considering as being drivers. The first is the IT technology itself. Second is the DNA technology, which is enabled by the IT technology. But today, we really know the genes on the genome of a human being. And the third is the nanotechnology, which is enabled by the manufacturing technology of IT technology. So we have three different drivers of our future based on a technological perspective. Yeah, I accept that there is not a political perspective, but this is a technological perspective. And we all know that the IT is starting to move into people, and people are moving into IT, and I will show you this a little bit more detail later on. But the question is already on the floor: is human intelligence in any way equivalent to artificial intelligence? In what way do they complement each other? I would like to pose the question in this way. Better than is one better as the other? I don't think there is a better or worse. I think there is a complement, and a lot of research is going on how to connect those things with each other. And that is what Ray Kurzweil predicted in 1998 or 1999 in his book. And he made a walk through the 21st century. And he said, I go in steps of 10 or 20 years. And the first step from 1999 was 2009. And we can check today if he was right or not. And he said, okay, computers are getting smaller and are integrated everywhere, even in clothing and jewelry. And I think he was quite right in 2009. And he said, in addition, that also communication is getting faster and more affordable, and everybody is using Zoom today. Yeah, so we are using quite fast and affordable communication technology. And he predicted that in most routine transactions, people communicate with virtual contacts and consultants. So don't be surprised when next time when you call your bank, no person will be there, at least for the first 5 questions, but there will be a computer talking to you. So these are some of these early predictions, and also that gene tech, genetic engineering treatments have perhaps a life prolonging effect. Now let's move on from 2009 to 2019. And here he said, okay, the majority of interactions are carried out by means of gestures or spoken language. I think he has at least partly a good idea about what was going on, about what is going on. And for instance, we are in some research projects searching for those virtual reality things for manufacturing aid, or we are in other things bringing glasses into the game. So this was his prediction for the year 2019. And he said in nanotechnology, there's also some progress going on. For instance, we see here a micro submarine, which is already some years old and which can be used for specific purposes. And people discuss it in medical science that in some days we will have some small robots walking through our body and searching for any problems and cleaning and so on. So there's a lot of stuff here in this time. And he said in 2019, many lessons will be given by intelligent simulated software-based teachers. That's bad news for me, but happily, we still need some human teachers, or sometimes need some human teachers. Although in times of Corona, many teachers shared their teaching by Zoom or by other platforms, and many recorded their lectures as well. And if you go to YouTube, you find a lot of recorded things there. So there is a lot of things going on. And what is quite interesting, he predicted that people will establish relationships with their automated assistants. And these assistants do not only serve as teachers, but also in some ways as caregivers or as lovers. And if you look at caregivers, there's a lot of things going on with robots who should help in the care for the elderly. So I think the predictions are not bad until now. But now let's look into the future. What is going on in the future? And Ray Kurzweil says, okay, we will have a variety of neural implantates to improve visual and auditory perception and interpretation, memory and reasoning will be available. And I think that is not only in some cases true in the moment, but it will spread out in the future, in the near future. And that's quite interesting, because the message is that there is not one evil guy who wants to rule the world and who does all that stuff. But this is done by people, by medical doctors who want to help the world. So they develop, for instance, some aids for hearing or some aids for seeing and so on. And they are doing this for people who are disabled. But people normally use the technology when it's available, not only for the original purpose for which it has been developed, but also for different purposes. So why don't build an exoskeleton for people who are normal? Why don't build such a thing for people who are soldiers and have to walk quickly? So this is the first prediction and in the year 2029, and one computing unit nearly has the processing power of 1,000 human brains. This is just calculated in the exponential way. And I accept that there is a flattening at the moment, but I think there will be going on the development by means of quantum computers. So I don't believe there is a flattening in the medium term. When we look at this year, most people are employed not in the production sector anymore, but more in the services sector, such as education, such as enjoyment, such as also legal services. And the human brain, he predicts, can be scanned and duplicated by computer. So this is not, and everybody has to think about what is going on if we can make an exchange with the computer, if we can get perhaps just some add-ons, yeah, if we just can get a chip which is connecting us. We just have to think about it, and then we get some information into our brain, and this is what can go on when a human being at the door. And this human being in front of the door is allowed to ask every question that comes in her or his mind. And if she or he is not able to decide behind which door is the computer and behind which door is the human being, then we have to accept that the computer has kind of an intelligence. And this is going on, and we will have to do this discussion. We have to do the discussion, what are computer rights? What are the limits? And I remember when I was a child, I read books from Isaac Asimov, which is a Russian science fiction author. And he very early, he developed rules for robots which they should obey. So for instance, that they shouldn't hurt a human being. But we will have to discuss these rules again, because large systems, so this is really so bad. And what will happen 2099? Now we make a large step to be short in time. And Ray Kurzweil says there will be not a contradiction between computer intelligence and human intelligence. There will be more a symbiosis. And if you look at these pictures, you see androids and cyborgs, and you think this is science fiction. I don't think this is science fiction. I think this is a prediction of what can be realistic in these years. And as I said, the interesting thing is it will not be done by ugly, by evil people. It will be done by development of normal people, of people who are really doing good things for mankind and who want to improve the life quality. And this will go one into each other. So this will be quite interesting time to live in. And in his last book, The Singularity is Near, Ray Kurzweil says, okay, there will be a time when there is computer intelligence, which is at least equivalent to human intelligence. And he was so brave to really predict a year for that. And he said it will be around the year 2045. And you can see different epochs of technological development. And he says, okay, we are now in the epoch 4 of technology. In the epoch 5, the merger of technology and human intelligence. And if you don't believe it, that we are in this phase already or in this epoch, then ask yourself, how do I behave? When I don't know something, what do I do? Normally, I take my smartphone and I Google for it. And that's exactly what is meant the merger of technology and human intelligence. It does not need that you are connected with your brain directly to a computer. It means that you are embedded in a system of computers, embedded in a system of software technology, which helps you in your daily business. And if you want to travel, for instance, from Bremen to Hamburg, You don't have to go to the train station and ask somebody. You just get your app and then you get it into the app and then you get your ticket from the app. So this is what is meant by merger of technology and human intelligence today. And that will lead, in his perception, not necessarily in my perception, in a phase which he calls singularity, because in that phase, nobody really knows what is going on, because computer systems may be so intelligent that their intelligence exceeds what we can imagine at the moment. And he says, and I think he's not bad in his expectations, he says this will be in 2045, let it be 2055 or even 65, but many of us will still be alive when that comes, and it will be a very interesting phase. And I think one of the major messages we can get from Ray Kurzweil is that technology will be one of the most important drivers in our time, and that we face a huge, impressive growth of technology, especially in terms driven by IT technology, but also going into several other technologies like gene technology for medicine or for food technology. Okay, my purpose was to take you away out of your office and bring you to the future of technology. And when I try to summarize this first short introduction, then I'd like to give you three key messages. The first is that our technology is not growing linearly, in a linear way. It's growing exponentially. And that will have serious implications for the future of our lives. Second is that will not only be true for the IT technology as a core technology, that will spread out in different areas, in communication area, as Ray Kurzweil said, genetic sequencing, and it will also go to nanotechnology. I visited a conference 3 years ago, and there was a guy who was the founder of a company, and he said, please give me some of your blood and I will analyze it and I will tell you what you should eat and what you should not eat in terms of your genetic sequences. Because he said some people need specific fruits but do not need others, and we can analyze it by genetic sequences. And it was not too expensive, so we are already in this area. And nanotechnology, if you look at the different ways of agriculture, we are already in this area as well. And the major message is that artificial intelligence will merge with human intelligence. It will not, I'm really sure it will not outpace human intelligence, but it will merge in a way of a networking connection, I guess. And probably computers can have their own consciousness, whatever consciousness means, and that will be in place in the next 40 or 50 years. Okay, that was my first input, and I tried to, as I said, get you out of the office and bring you into the world of the future. Now, before we go into the break, let me ask, are there any questions? Are there any remarks to that? I'd be happy to discuss it with you. And let me stop the screen sharing so we can see each other quite better. What is your guess?
So I have one question.
Yes, please.
Okay, so yeah, I just want to come back to the idea of the chessboard. So when you mean that okay, each field is, I mean, if you think as a series, okay, if you put one grain of wheat in each field, it's exponential, right? So when you mean the quantum computing is because it's also exponential, right? That was the correct analogy, or not?
I mean that we are now on the field number 40, and we look into the future, then perhaps the traditional semiconductors will not be exponentially growing. But when we change from semiconductor technology to quantum computer technology, there will be still the exponential growth for the next years.
Yeah. Actually, that is my question, because if you change from, okay, let's say chips or transistor to quantum computer, it seems to me that there is a kind of very sharp the transition, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This is what I do not understand, because if you have in this I don't know, function, you have a very sharp peak. This is not really exponential. This is something different. It's a kind of break in the tendency.
I agree that it's maybe a break, and I don't expect that it's really exponential, really in a nice way. But perhaps we have now a flattening, then we have a break, and then it becomes on the long run exponentially again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I understand.
To smooth the curve.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm happy that the crane was stimulating to that discussion.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other remarks or questions? I see Ralph.
One question. One question.
Yeah. Diego.
Yes. One general question about what you were talking about. This world that maybe is very difficult to imagine. Maybe how to imagine the possible in this world, because in Foresight we are like comfortable working with possible futures. But in this world, where maybe the innovation is combinatorial, maybe it's very hard to imagine the possible. So how to manage this kind of situation for Foresight? I don't know if I am doing the question right, but I think the uncertainty is so huge that maybe even the possible we cannot imagine.
I agree. First of all, I agree with you. Exactly, if we look in the not near future, but in the longer future, in the longer run. What we can do, or what we normally do before we make technological foresights, is that we ask, how will society behave? How will be the challenges from society? Because a lot of technology can be developed. And I have studied engineering. I love doing things and bringing things together. But I also know that not many innovations are successful, which are not driven by markets. And so this is for me kind of a correction of technology possibilities, is the question, how will society behave? How will the customers and their needs develop? And so we can match, or try to match, between technological opportunities and these customer perspectives. It's not the whole answer, I guess, but it's part of the answer. Okay, thank you. Then I see Ralph.
Thank you, Martin. I just have two additions. The first addition is that the dynamics of technology development looks like non-linear. For me, it seems increasing and increasing. In some other words, accelerating. That's the story I got from the Ray Kurzweil story. And the other addition is that all these questions reminds me to a philosophical series of so-called herds. So we are thinking about what is the characteristics of mankind, and usually we have a series of these serious questions, like in the Copernicanian herd, or in the Darwinian, or in the Freudianian, or the last question is the cybernetics question. What is special compared between mankind and software or computer or something like that? And it goes, that's the interesting story, in two different directions. The one is towards the macrocosmos. Things are getting bigger and bigger, and the quite opposite direction is deepening into the microcosmos, as you presented the nano things, and that's quite interesting. Humans are not very specialized in micro and macro, but we think we stuck in the middle, but probably this is a very special feature that make us very special.
Yeah, thank you, Ralph, for these ideas. And yes, I think philosophy matters today more than ever. And that's also, I think, a good message to give, that we need those philosophical ideas to deal with the future. It's not about only technology or so. Technology is one driver of it, but we have to ask if our cultures can use this type of technology, how we can use it, how we can deal with societal challenges also in an ethical way. Thank you very much. Any more remarks or questions? I don't see any at the moment, so I'd like to announce a change in the technical environment. Because in this Zoom installation, we are not able to organize breakout rooms. For that reason, I will organize a next Zoom room, and I will leave this meeting now, but Lena Kronemeyer still will stay in the meeting, and I will send her the link which you can use to come to the next Zoom meeting for the next hour. Okay, so please wait 2 or 3 minutes, and we will have a break until 11:15. And I hope that's right. Is it 11:15 or is it 11:45? It's 11:45 in Argentinian time. I look at Mrs. Reisen. She always corrects me because I'm getting mixed the times sometimes. So it's 11:45, isn't it?
I think so. I saw some Argentinian signalizing, yes, so I believe so.
Okay, so we are having a quarter of an hour really break, but then please move to the next Zoom room, and Lena Kronemeyer will still stay here and chat the new Zoom room, so you can go to the next Zoom room so that we can organize breakout groups for the next session. All right, see you in a minute, have a good break, and then we see in the next room.
Thank you.